SOS, save our souls. No, not actually, guys, but anyway. Hey, it is me, Alal, back again with another reaction. I know I said I was taking a break from these, but there are certain series I wanted to do, and this certain SOS is one of them. Probably the most anticipated SOS anywhere on the internet. Well, certainly the most anticipated SOS on my channel. Probably the most anticipated reaction series on my channel. Yes, folks, I am back to Victor Tanzig content. This time we are with the SCPs of Sodor, not the stories of Sodor. But this is a kind of side mini-series, kind of like what he did with Stories of War. Only this time, it's got a very questionable canon. It's got more of a questionable canon, because, like, obviously, we know the supernatural is canon in Victor's universe, but if any of you saw the prologue, it showed like Edward basically saying that kind of like, instead of showing telling stories that did happen, instead he chooses to tell stories that might have happened. So this has a very, very different canon, I feel. It's the same canon, but it's kind of questionable. And to be honest, I can't think of anywhere else, certainly on the internet, where this has been done. So this is a first, certainly for a Thomas series, and I'm really looking forward to it, despite the fact that I know there has been controversy surrounding Victor's fandom specifically, mostly in regards to specifically with Joe Scout's relationship with it, which actually caused him to leave the Thomas fandom altogether. But those people are a minority. Okay, those people are very much a minority. But so I'm trusting the people that watch my content to not spread any of that toxicity to my community, because the Little Owl community is strong. It's small, but it's a very tightly knit community. If you see from my Discord server and my one Patreon and just the general support I get on this channel, we're a very friendly, optimistic, encouraging, wholesome environment, okay? So, disclaimer, any of you guys wanting to come here, spread toxicity to this fandom, or just these videos, my content, or just any of my friends in general, fuck off. Just fuck off, okay? You're not fucking welcome. Get out of my channel. Just don't watch it. If you don't want to watch it, fine. But you have no place here, okay? So I just want to get that out of the way, and I'm sorry for the swearing, but I do want to get out of the way that this place is not a platform for toxicity, okay? This series is not. So I hope you guys can understand and respect that. So without further ado, we are going to move on to the first episode of the SCPs of Sodor, entitled Path of the Dead. Now, not really much was given away during the prologue regarding this episode specifically. I noticed it was very, very vague. Like, all it was is kind of like, because like the images kind of in the other ones kind of gave away what it was going to be specifically about. And obviously, like Path of the Dead, it sounds pretty self-explanatory, but I'm still curious as to where it will go. You know, where does exactly, no pun intended, you know, where does this path lead? Exactly. So more questions than answers for this first episode. Also, just so you know, sorry about the lighting. I'm experimenting with this kind of I don't really know how to describe it. It's this lighting. I mostly use it for covers. I've not used it for a reaction before, and I thought no time like the present. However, I won't be able to use it because since it's so big, I won't be able to use it when I go back to university, unfortunately. But everything else will still be the same. If you're probably wondering why I'm back in my old room, it's because I'm actually coming home just for the weekend, and so I'm just coming home for that, and then I'll be back to my uni setup very, very shortly. So I apologize if this is a bit confusing for some of you guys. But we're here to watch some Victor Tanzig again. It's been way too long. Like, early March was the last time I reacted to Victor's content. I haven't done any reactions to Sodor Shorts or the Reddit Railway, as people have asked me to, mostly because those are a bit shorter, and also there's just, I think with Sodor Shorts specifically, it's kind of getting to the point where it's a little bit racy, let's just say. Not racy, I'm trying to think of the word. What's the word? I'm not quite sure really how to describe it, but it's the kind of content that's like to stir a reaction, and which is ironic, but it doesn't quite, I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but just some of it is just a bit, I'm not comfortable doing reactions to it. Okay, like I'm not comfortable with some of the content. But that's just my 2 cents. Like, Stories of Sodor, but I'm really hyped to get back into the actual series, because Victor's writing is top tier. Victor's just writing and his storytelling is incredible, absolutely amazing. So I'm really hyped to seeing this get back again. So Victor, I hope you're watching. Thank you so much for helping my channel grow with the last time I reacted to your content. I really, really, really freaking appreciate it. And the rest of everyone else as well. Everyone who came over from that content and stayed around. Honestly, you guys are amazing, and I owe you guys one, and I owe you guys a reaction to the SCPs of Sodor. Like, this is the series, he's the channel that made my channel, so I might as well get back. So drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too, and let's go. The SCPs of Sodor, Path of the Dead, 6 months in the making. Coldifell, 1957. Hope you guys can hear me as well, by the way. Another thing is, one thing you'll notice more of, especially in Victor's later seasons, is the use of low-angle shots. I've never seen anywhere else where the shots are as close up and are so clean and crisp as they are in Victor's content. I can think of other close examples, like Sodor Dark Times, A Frenzy Payback had a lot of similar kind of camera work, and like it had a very similar purpose, trying to make it as human and as grounded as physically possible. And with Stories of Sodor, like storytelling structure and its overall just kind of vibe, these low angle shots really do itself a service for making it as grounded as possible. Like I've said it before, this is the most grounded grounded interpretation / realistic interpretation you will find anywhere on the internet of Thomas in terms of as far as fan series are concerned. Oh shit.
What's that? What's what?
That was the same. That's the same sound effect they used for Dominic. Oh Jesus Christ.
Rocky, I sometimes wonder if you have more fingers than brain cells. That noise, what do you think it is? I don't know. The wind? How can wind sound like that? I don't know. Why'd you go?
You don't know? I mean, how can you know? You don't know.
Look for it.
You're in a mountain, for crying out loud. How it bounces all over the mountain is sure to create some interesting acoustics.
Alright, but you have to come with me. Fine.
Granted, I've never heard it before, so I can't judge. Oh dear. In Kevin MacLeod music, you know shit's about to go down. Oh wow, rocks! Oh, well, what a find! Oh, I must tell the newspapers about this. I have found some interesting-looking rocks that clash with the rest of the mountain. Seriously?
Hey, I was right. That's depressing in more ways than one. Come on, we should...
Oh, wait, what? What? One of them's disappeared! Oh, no. Wait, what? I thought one of... Wait, hang on.
Depressing in more ways than one. Come on,
Wait.
we should...
Ah, okay. I thought one of the rocks had disappeared for a second there. Okay, it's just... That's a good shot, to be fair. See, the camera work for this is... It catches you off guard with how... Victor catches you off guard with how good his camera work is. It's some of the best out there. Like, obviously, it's not as kind of refined or as kind of well color graded as something as, like, the Blue Snowplow or, I'm trying to think of other, like, Shunter Productions or Carson's Workshop, but it's very, like I said, he needs more credit for his camera work.
What do you think that says? Search me. I've got about
I can tell you what to translate as.
feeling about this place. We should go. You
Anyone who actually speaks that language, I am terribly sorry if I offended you.
can, but I'm going in. Are you mad? It might be dangerous. Don't be such a pansy, Tony.
Are you stark,
Look at
raving, totally blinking daft? Yes. Alright then.
you, daft kid, get back here. I swear,
Hey,
of all
stole
the
my line.
stupid...
We have our first laughing heart attack of the series. That scream! That scream! Oh, that scream is so funny. Oh, that was amazing. Okay, so apologies about the awkward cut. As you can probably tell from the different clothes I'm wearing and the different lighting that I'm doing this the next day. So, what happened was that I didn't actually bring my, my charger with me back from university. So, basically my recording cut out halfway through because I ran out of charge. And it was very, very stupid of me to forget that. But, I found another one, and hopefully we can keep going. So, hopefully that doesn't put too many of you off. And I'm going to start from a bit earlier than I initially got into last night, simply because I was upset with the quality that was of some of the quality in the later clips of that episode. But enough stalling, let's keep going. The helicopter's flying low, considering it's in the mountains. Yeah, surely helicopters would fly up. I guess you couldn't really fault that, since this is Train's logic we are talking about. But Harold goes up. Like, his model goes up.
Dr. Hatley, I'm Dr. Pierce. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Sorry I'm late. I just got back from an assignment in Turkey when
This
they told me
reaction
I
is
was
not a
coming here.
Coca-Cola
How
placement, by the way.
unfortunate. Follow me, please. Now, what do you make of this? Well, it's ancient Sudrian. It's one of the more obscure... Hold up, Mum. Don't get too close. Dr. Hatley, this is Agent Potter, our Chief of Security. Nice to meet you, Mum. Sorry, but I must insist you stay back. It's all right. I read the report. Have you been able to find the entity that came out? No, but the witness wasn't exactly reliable. The poor man was in shock, sir. I believe you know Dr. Murphy. Yes, indeed, sir. We joined the Foundation.
One thing I will say about Victor's voices is a lot of them sound the same. One thing I will say, he has consistency with his models, as these are the same people that confronted Old Bailey at the end of Return, and so there's consistency with the models. But the thing is, the voices are so uninteresting, and I feel like Victor has a very specific set voice. For the engines, he's fine. He's managed to create a different voice for each engine. And I just don't if it was just the audio, okay, If it was just the audio and no visuals at all, you would not be able to tell who's talking. Like, and since these are voices I've heard him do characters for before, I'm not as hooked by these characters, if that makes any sense. So, he has a certain like number of tones for his as a voice actor. I come to this as well, which it's not really something you can help. And you know, you had like Thomas narrators who had the same voice for like multiple different characters, but at the same time though, it's like this is one of the advantages and disadvantages with doing the voices. It shows the advantages and disadvantages of doing the voices on your own. Like, I don't think Victor will ever like get like certainly not paid voice actors. I doubt he will ever get voice actors for his series. I mean, if it was, I'd audition, no question. But honestly, it's one of the it's showing the disadvantages of him just doing the voices on his own.
At the same time,
it's just a little bit bland, and especially considering his pacing as well. Because we've talked about this, his pacing got faster and faster every single time. Okay, and so Victor, and also like a way to kind of fix that maybe is by lengthening, like elongating the camera the camera shots and the spaces between lines and the pauses between lines. So I feel like lengthening that out will help you with pacing, and it will make it sound less jarring when you kind of especially when you have all these similar voices. It's a little bit slower here, I've noticed. So he's slowly getting to perfecting it, but no, that's just something to think about, I think.
How are you, Angus? Better for having seen you, Gwen. What have you been up to these past? You can chit-chat on your own time. Dr. Hatley, you were saying? I was saying that Ancient Sudrian is one of the more obscure Britannic languages. There is a chance I may not be able to decipher the entire text, but I'll do my best.
Is he trying to do a Welsh accent for that character? I feel like he is.
Very well. While you're handling that, we'll proceed with the testing. I assume that means you'll start sending in D-Class, sir? Of course. Is there a problem? I do have a moral objection to using D-Class. Are you planning on sabotaging our experiments? No, sir. Then you clearly don't object that much. Agent Potter, escort Dr. Hatley to her desk. Yes, sir. This way, Mom. Charming man.
Oh, I like that. I like the little pause there as kind of like those kind of small moments of just elongating the pacing. Again, like if you rely, because it kind of feel they do that in like something like a HBO miniseries or something like that. So this is kind of like we'll see like more examples of this, I think.
But he is reasonable and knows when to show appreciation. What about empathy and compassion? No comment, Mom.
See, like little moments like these, with just her looking through that, these little kind of montages, I think it feels like a really professionally done structure is what he's going for with this. It very kind of feels like a mature kind of HBO miniseries or something like that. So it's nice to know that kind of like he's having a bit of experimentation with storytelling structure here. So yeah. Also that newspaper's called Elf. Actually, oh no, that's an R. Is that an R? It's an E. It's just rubbed out. It's kind of, but seriously, it looks like Elf. Okay, look at it. It looks like Elf. Mouse out of the way. Sorry. That's a nice little visual detail. That's a nice little visual detail with the newspapers just strewn across the floor.
Is everything all right? It was. I've been able to translate the entire text save one word. What have you got so far? If life enters before its time, the dead will... Any ideas? Fly? Sorry. As Chief Medical Officer, I recommend you take a break. You'll feel much better for it. Good idea. You know, I've always wanted to visit Sodor. Its history and mythology are extremely fascinating. Yes, and
You're fucking here!
the locals practically revere
I had
King
to, come
Godric
on.
and his legend. I remember hearing something about Cody fleeing up this mountain. I don't understand why he'd do that. Maybe he knew he had a place to hide, or a means of escape. I see the
Pause was very, very weird. Very, very oddly placed pause there.
D-Class have arrived. Yes, Dr. Pierce is going to start sending them in. Please tell me you don't approve of this, Angus? Of course not. The first law of medicine is do no harm. Unfortunately, this barbaric policy gets results, and until someone comes up with something better, the Foundation will stick with this. I don't suppose you'll be
I wonder what this is inspired by. If anybody has any kind of background info on this, I'd be lucky. I'd be
observing the
glad to
tests.
know.
Not if I can help it. I'd rather not be paid to human sacrifice. Report. The radar's ready, sir, but we still don't know if we'll be able to track anything that comes out. Assuming we can, are your teams in place? Yes, sir. I have several squads ready to deploy with aircraft on standby if we need to chase anything beyond Sodor. Very well. Now, D7426, stop calling me that. My name is irrelevant. Take this radio, head and...
Ouch! I mean, I know I live under an alias, but still, if someone said that to me, your name is irrelevant. Ugh. Also, stereotypical bad guy who doesn't have an ounce of human compassion. So
inside that cave.
a bit of a cliche, but a very welcome one. I think it
And
fits
report
here.
what you see. What's in there? And what's this about something coming out? That is not your concern.
He has a pursuit
Great.
of fascination for like the supernatural.
Opportunity for suicide. Is that why you call us D-Class? Because we're disposable? D7426, if you wish to return to your cell, you need only say. Otherwise, you will do as...
Okay, so these are prisoners, is what I'm getting from this. Because I'm pretty sure this was a practice somewhere. I can't remember where, but I've heard, that does sound familiar, them actually using prisoners as kind of, as just, to use like kind of, deadly objectives.
As instructed.
Carry out
All
deadly
right,
objectives.
I'm going.
struggle to
Tosser.
Get Pratt.
D7426, can you...
There's that scream again. Why is it so funny?
Jim Potter! There's nothing on the screen, sir. Was there a malfunction? No, sir. The radar's working. I guess those things just don't show up. How unfortunate.
How unfortunate. Wait. Hey, Toby. Oh no! Don't tell me.
What are you looking at? Jeffries?
Oh my
That's
God, it actually
Station
is.
Master Jeffries, when are you going to get that through your thick? Oh no, I didn't take your abuse when you were alive. I won't take it from you now. What do you mean when I was alive? I mean you died, you prat. I know that, you fool. It happened right here. Wait.
Wait, what?
What? I died? But...
Okay, what? What just happened? You just said, I know I died. It happened right here. Wait, I died?
No.
What?
This isn't right. Oh, I shouldn't be here. Oh.
Oh, shit.
What the bloody hell?
That was good delivery. That was good delivery.
Report. We've completed the autopsy. Cause of death was a heart attack. The rest of his organs were normal. There weren't any abnormalities in his blood, bone, or tissue, and we compared dental records.
To be fair, I can see why he had a heart attack. Gee, like, realizing that would give me a heart attack, like feeling like I've died, and then I'm still here standing alive, and then I realized I've died. That would give me a heart attack. That
All
would very
accounts,
much give me
that
a
man
heart
was the
attack.
late station master of Elsbridge, Alexander Jeffries. The engineer who found him was sure of that. I trust he has been
Alexander
anesthetized
Jeffries.
alongside his crew and any other witnesses. Of course, we took their statements before wiping their memories. This Jeffries bloke sounds like a real tosser. The engine said when he died the
How does a tosser, station master? Can't say. Somebody please out there, just make a freaking just make an Alexander Hamilton parody, but with freaking Jeffries. Oh my god, can you imagine? Just when is Victor Tanzig? Someone put Victor Tanzig on Uberduck. I swear to God, somebody. That would be just so funny.
The first time nobody
Somebody
showed up at
put
his
him on
funeral,
Uberduck,
not
please.
even the vicar. Phew, bad luck snuffing it right after returning from the dead. Returning? Return. Agent Potter, you're a genius. That's it.
I am.
If life enters before its time,
I am. Why am I a genius again?
it will return. But that means, oh my God.
It's not very illiterate, is it? That will return. It's like,
It does exist. How did I miss
it's like
that?
dead will rise would be better.
Dr. Hatley, settle down. What are you talking about? The path of the dead.
You beat me to it.
It was said to have been constructed by ancient shamans wanting to explore the afterlife. This offended the spirits, so they cursed it.
Ancient, I beg your pardon?
If anyone living tried to enter, they would be taken and replaced by the dead. Is that what those things are? Ghosts? Let's refrain from using such
Ghosts?
simple vernacular, Agent Potter. What else can you tell us about
Vernacular.
this path? That's it, sir. The legend
God,
of King
he's
God
such a poncy little twat, isn't he? Oh,
is the only
God.
reference to it, and that context was only
Coming from
provided
me!
because Culdy was
Coming
said to have
from
thrown people
me!
in for his own amusement, a possible gateway to the afterlife. Interesting. This warrants further testing. How are we going to solve the radar problem? I'm confident with some adjustments we'll find a solution. With all due respect, sir, I have a real problem with that. Based on the station master's experience, it sounds like the cave works as advertised. Agreed. We would literally be raising the dead. That's not natural. That's playing God. The Foundation does that on a regular basis. It's why society hasn't crumbled. Your concerns are justified, but perseverance and risk-taking is the bedrock of good science. It's
More interesting conflicts. Thank you very much, Victor.
still
Oh,
doesn't
I'm
sit
lapping
well
this
with me,
up.
sir. Me neither. Then you're free
This is my breakfast, lunch, and supper.
to continue
As a drama
not
student.
observing the tests. I won't force you. I'm a hypocrite, aren't I? Yes, but at least you're in good company. I can understand why you hate this, Angus, but why do you have a problem with using D-Class, Dr. Hatley? As an archaeologist, I've dug up slaves all over the world. Many of them were just left where they died. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you can almost feel the sadness in their bones. That's what I think of D-Class. They're the
Very poetic. You feel the sadness in one's but what does sad bones feel like? Is it just kind of droops? Just how does sad bones feel like? Like somebody make me feel sad real quick. I want to find out what it feels like.
the slaves of the Foundation. So them being criminals doesn't matter to you? Criminals have long been used for all sorts of horrible things. That doesn't make it right. I assume you don't have a problem with it, Gavin? No, I have no sympathy for crooks,
His name's Gavin. Wait, where's Stacy?
especially the ones that commit violent crimes. Like the one we seen the other day, he murdered 5 people. And what did he do? I'm not sure.
The guy in the tie kind of looks like Gavin. From Gavin, it is work. If any of you've seen that show, he kind of looks a bit like Gavin, for some reason. Aside from the mustache.
Excuse me, can I ask you some questions? About what? How did you end up working for the Foundation? I was in prison. They offered me a way out.
Yep.
I took it when they said I might get killed.
Called it.
You want to die? Why? For the same reason I was inside. I got blind drunk one night and burned down my house. With my wife and kids inside. Every day since I've prayed for death, but God never hears me. Wanker. What's your
Oh my. Oh, the Christians are getting real pissed off at this, aren't they?
name? D5702. You've been given your
Apologies if you are a Christian.
assignment. Proceed. All right.
Because I do have a few friends who are Christians.
It's Bobby Cooper.
That cut was a little bit weird. I wish there was kind of like a pause or something, or like or like Gwen responded with like, "No," with like, "Nice to meet you, Bobby," or something like that. She probably wouldn't say that, but it's like, or like she called back to I don't know, that just something other than that quick fade, Bobby Cooper, something other than that, just for better audio editing there, just for more of a pause to let that sink in. Yep.
Agent Potter? Nothing, sir. The
I mean, what else was going to happen? Let's be
adjustment
real.
didn't work. How unfortunate.
Why is that going to be another one of Victor's catchphrases? Ugh, how unfortunate. I really wanna make, does anyone else really wanna make a compilation of, like, stories of Sodor being incredibly quotable for 7 minutes? And another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust. Yeah, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, okay, I missed that. So he actually ran back, and he gets killed. It's quite the depraved system, I will say, but it's really difficult to do that, to hammer that home. I feel like he's trying to create something more, but I feel like with trains, and maybe it's also the music choice and just the, yeah, just like, I think it's mostly because of trains and just the faceless, like, figures, and, like, Victor's overall style, like, with kind of these static kind of shots, is, it's very difficult to punch home that impact, but I do appreciate with what he's going for here. And if it was, like, in any other kind of medium or something, I feel like it would have packed more home. It's just, this kind of thing is very, very difficult to do in trains, especially with Victor's style. It's very difficult to punch home that impact, but he should be applauded for attempting to show that impact. Like, I think it's very good writing. Oh, the snow's so pretty. And another one gone, and another one gone. Oh, God's sake, it's getting so boring. That song has been played throughout my head! Actually, no, to be fair, it came out like the other one, Queen was like 20 years after 1958, so not even that, but like 15 years, something like that. Hey, Boko.
Can I help you? We have a few questions we would like to ask you, D5702. Alright, but I'll answer them only if you use my name. It's Boko, right? Is that short for something? Yeah, Bobby Cooper. What? Can you remember anything that happened before your first firing? How can I remember something that happened before I was alive? Was that a yes?
Oh my God, the Revenant theory is canon. The Revenant theory is actually canon. Okay.
Or a no. No. Have you ever been sent to prison? No, I've stayed out of Railgate. I didn't say Railgate, I said prison. Where else did
this is, again, the canon here is very questionable, so I think it's a good place for kind of experimentation. This is stuff that might have happened, theorizing.
Send problem engines. Do you feel like you've been here before? You mean Sodor? D57, I mean Boko. Answer my questions without asking.
God, he's such a git, isn't he? He's such a git. Why is in the thing? It's so needless. Like, why are you being such a dick to my boy Boko? It's not. There's no point. Well, Bobby Cooper, sorry.
Your own. And yes, do you feel like you've been on Sodor before? No. Have you ever worked for any organisations other than British Railways? No. Do we look familiar?
Also, it kind of takes away from Boko's name, to be honest, because Boko, it's the way the actual translate. It actually is a nod to his wheel arrangement, which is Kobo. So it's the other way around. So it kind of takes away from, maybe if they used Derek or something, that would have been a better choice. Like, say the guy's name was Derek, and like it was like Derek, and like, because like we had established at this point that engines do have last names. So he had Derek and his last name. So I feel like Derek would have been a better choice here, to be honest, rather than Boko, because Boko's name actually already has like influence behind it. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna go, like, I know this is a different canon, But, like, if you're gonna go, like, if you're gonna be truthful and, like, to that kind of thing, then I feel like sticking with the Kobo idea it just kind of takes away from that a little bit for me, certainly. But I think it's an interesting use of a character. I will
Here
say.
at all? No. Are you
Especially one so underrated in this bloody not in the community, like he's one of the most beloved in the community, but by the show itself, God, he's got absolutely drenched in disrespect. That's the literary phrase for the day. Drenched in disrespect.
absolutely sure? Yes, I'm sure. Why are you asking me all these? Hang on, what's the time? 9:15? Oh no, I'm late to pick up the express. I've got to go. You
More dodgy video
might
editing.
want to have someone take a look at your engine first. It doesn't sound too good. That's because it doesn't work. Like the rest of me, I'm a failure.
Hi, Eeyore. Can I just put out, that was the most Eeyore phrase I've ever heard in my entire life. I know I made that joke before, but I had to hammer it home, you know.
What do you think,
Lot of
Dr.
glitching here.
Pierce? That is,
I can't tell if that's something to do with my computer or if that's just the video itself.
as far
but
as he's concerned,
that's
everything he
weird.
just said was the truth. Are you sure there's no more information on the path of the dead? Yes, sir. The legend was it. I can't explain this. Could it be a coincidence? Highly unlikely, but possible. And to think we might never have made this discovery if you hadn't gone to the effort of speaking with D5702. Good work, Dr. Hatley, and with translating the text. I
So he does have a heart. He shows
It
appreciation.
took me so long to say that. You're welcome, sir. The means notwithstanding, I agree this is pretty exciting and very good timing. The Foundation was about to suspend any further testing on the cave. This should give them a reason to allow us to continue. And it did. For a while, but they were never able to find a way to track the entities, so the Foundation withdrew from the mountain and had the Sodor Council ban anyone from hiking on it. The Foundation can do that? It seems they can do anything. I am inclined to believe the Council was pressured from an
I think it is to do with my computer, to be honest. I think maybe I have too many tabs open.
external source, but I'm sure it wasn't the Foundation. Then who? The Caldyfell Railway's anonymous investors. Turns out they were a group of local businessmen. They certainly had the motivation to discourage hiking. Why let people walk to the top for free when they can pay to get there by rail? Has anyone tried climbing the mountain despite the ban? Oh yes, most get caught and pay a heavy price, literally, but a few have disappeared. Maybe they found the cave. Didn't you say you saw Mr. Starr after your accident? I also saw an engine with the face of an elephant. That was probably just the effects of the green water. Still, I have to wonder. And I have to wonder about poor Brian. I know Mickey explained his reaction, but given how similar it was to that Jeffries fellow... Ugh, Jeffries. Of all the mongrels who didn't deserve a second shot at life. Agreed. A pity I can't ask
At least he died straight away, to be fair, so...
Toby
Can't
about
fault him
that,
too
but I
much.
did ask Boko if anyone interviewed him. Surprisingly, they did, but they never said where they were from. Does he know about the wiki? He did after I told him. He wasn't too thrilled at the idea he might be the reincarnation of a dead prisoner, or slave if you prefer. Do you think the cave exists?
So how did the engines find out about this? Do their crews tell them? Or is it just gossip, do you reckon? And, like, how are they shown the wiki? Are they, like, shown on their phones? On their drivers' phones?
It's possible.
Do they have phones? Is that a theory? Like, do engines have phones? Honestly, like, there is so much potential for, like, someone to do, like, an Unlucky Tug-esque series on the stories of Sodor with the amount of kind of, like, unknown theories. So, anybody wants to beat me to it, then by all means be my guest, but I might. If I think of anything, I will certainly give it a shot.
It is mentioned in the legend, but that's it. If it does exist, I only hope the next person to find it doesn't let curiosity kill them.
Ah, he looks like someone who deserves to be killed. I'm sorry, but look at him. What a nong. An absolute nong. He even walks like a nong. Look at him. Look at that fucking haircut. Yeah, anyone with that haircut doesn't deserve to live. Come on. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, at least we didn't see. Oh no. Help. These events that might have happened. Oh no! Oh no, 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 I know what it is. I know what it's gonna be. I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it! So that was the human equivalent of Dominic. Oh, that's a good way to end it. That's a really good way to end it. I knew that was coming. Oh, I knew that was coming. Just... that made too much sense. You had Douglas and, like, a guy that looked like a complete asshole turning it resurrecting as freaking Dominic. Oh, that was... I knew that was coming. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. That was a good way to end it. Definitely, that ending's really, really good way. Bringing it full circle, the actual myth, I think is very, very cool. So yeah, final thoughts on the episode. I think very good. Like, obviously, it's Victor Tanzig, so what the hell? Like, I'm just happy to have him back, to be honest. I'm very happy to have more content from him again. And, definitely missed out on a few emotional hard hitters, I think. I think it is a very ambitious series, and there's only so much you can do with trains. So, I liked the kind of slower pacing of this. Like, it definitely feels more grounded, certainly, but at the same time, not to the point where it feels boring. So I think he's done very well in making it not feel boring. I don't connect with the characters. And one thing I will say, I can't connect with those SCP people. I really cannot connect with them. And, like, on it, I just kind of... it's... as an opening episode, I think it's solid. Like, I think it's well, good, certainly. It's not bad, but it's like... I feel like it's a very ambitious story he's going for, and you can't entirely do it justice with trains, I feel. So, but guys, I'm back to Victor Tanzig content. So, I do dearly hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, obviously, it's like people. Unfortunately, that I am gonna have to actually, first, let me explain why I'm doing this. So, like, no, I think I already explained at the beginning of the video. Like, it was yesterday, okay? I can't remember. But I'm not doing this to be a sellout. I'm doing this because no one else has done it, okay? Like, I'm doing this as the first person to do this. Like, I know Luca Dollar does reactions to SOS, but they're very, very far behind. So I think as the first, I kind of want to be that first person doing a reaction to the SCP miniseries, and hopefully this will be a nice kind of a nice kind of not swan song. Like, obviously there's going to be more Victor Tanzig content for me to react to in the future, but this is a nice kind of hurrah for people who came to my channel via Victor Tanzig. And this is just a good thing to watch on Halloween. So it's a very like month of spookiness, month of horror, and having a nice spooky little mini series from our favorite content creator is always a joy. So yeah. Thank you so much for making this, Victor, if you are watching. I doubt it, but I really enjoyed this. I really did enjoy this. Needs work, but I think you're on the right track with this series, Victor, my friend. And once again, anybody else coming here to spread toxicity to my fandom? If you are, like, from Victor's, like, obviously, like, I'm not gonna name any names, certainly, but those people that cause trouble in, like, Joe Scout and, like, anyone else who's been put off by the Thomas community, just get out, okay? Get the fuck out. This is Little Loud speaking. I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe if you like my content. And so yeah,